Welcome to Canines for America. My name is Ryan, this is Siren, and today on Fast Friday, we're going to be working on the sit command. The biggest thing to remember when working with dogs and trying to teach a new command is keeping their central nervous system as balanced as possible. Now, how do we achieve that? We use beef stew meat. We love to use food and not any other treats because we're not going to dehydrate the animal. We're going to take our beef stew meat, we're going to try to get our dog's attention. Rub it under her nose. I got her attention, because if the dog is not looking at you, the dog is not listening to you. So now we want to work on the sit command. All I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my feet. I'm going to hold my hand 45 degrees straight up in the air. Good girl. Pay from the top down. Wow, good girl. No choke chain, no lead, no anything to interfere between me and the canine. Good girl. Okay, I will release the canine by just saying okay. I'll use the term free. Once we give a dog the command, the dog holds that command. Great dog learning the sit. All I need is about a 5 foot by 5 foot area. Nothing more. 10 minutes a day, 1 pound of stew meat. Oh, here she is. Seats. Wow. Good girl. Make sure you use your praise. Come down from the top. I pay from the top. And I re-emphasize, good girl. Okay, free. She goes back into unobedience. Now I'm going to recall her by using the same term again. Sit. Wow. Again, my arm stays the same, 45-degree angle. Pay down. Okay. Now, when working with canines, the biggest thing we have to remember is there's 50% of the DNA that we can't do anything about. The organism is what the organism is. But now with MWD here at Canines for America, what we firmly believe is there's 50% that we can shape and we can mold by conditioning, reflex, imprinting. Motion creates excitation. Now by me moving, I'll create my dog to move as well. I'll bring down my leash. Sit. Wow. Good sit. Now I'm going to condition reflex to sit. That's not a sit. Go play. Now we're going to work on that again. Here. A recall. Sit. Good. Good girl. Go play. Step up. No. Here. The recall. 45 position. Sit. Pay straight down. Go play. Before you guys go ahead, let me just say this right now, big disclaimer. Before you start using the food method, you're going to have to watch our 101 on training tools, where we're going to dive into a little bit how to use that food method appropriately, because the one thing I do not want you guys to experience, because boy, I can only imagine what the feedback's going to look like. We don't want to introduce, especially like a puppy, beef stew meat so early into their digestive system, because they are going to have some issues. And those issues are going to be all over your place. So don't forget, watch our 101 training tool video where we'll dive deeply into how to use the food method. Now, I know you guys have been hearing me in our 101 sit video and some of our other videos using some foreign languages. The police canine needs to be trained in a different language than probably the theater that they're going to be applied in. Because the last thing we want is for a bad guy to be able to, get in contact with a police canine and then be able to use that language to get that canine to get confused or to stop its workability. Because when we're working with our canines, all we're doing at the end of the day is we're computer programming their brain. And you're programming that brain with a language that you talk, that you understand. So you don't want to switch the way you think and the way you talk into picking up other words that you see maybe some different trainers or other people using. Use what works for you and develop that language with your canine so both of you start to develop that communication where you understand each other. So the important part at the end of the day, use what works for you. Now, the last thing I want to leave you with is please leave us your comments, whether that you have questions, concerns, good or bad. Please, it helps us really navigate how we release our episodes and film our episodes, as we have over 12 years of research and development that we are going to be bringing to you. We can't get you all that stuff in just one sitting. We're going to be able to do it over seasons that we're going to film, but by you guiding us and kind of what you want to see us do next, it's very, very helpful. So please, go into our comments, good or bad. We love to hear from you. And don't forget to go ahead and like and subscribe.